Hi guys, putting here the game for you in my Tier 7 premium British battleship, the HMS Hood. And as you can see, we are bottom tier. Now, my captain skills are going to be priority target, jack of all trades, expert marksman, basics of survivability, superintendent AFT, and concealment. My modules will be protect my main battery, DMCOM 1 and 2, and more AA damage, DAA module 2. Now, I do believe for this game, I still had the original setup that I had on the Hood, and the only thing that changed was, instead of AA, I had better aiming, because the Hood kind of needed it. Now, we're going to go and support A, and there is a carrier in the game. It is a Tier 8 carrier, and luckily the Hood has access to defensive fire. Now, the old Hood, what you had to do was you waited until they got in close within 2 kilometers, because that's what your rockets were, and then you popped that, and then you watched planes disappear. Now, if you notice I shot HE, and it wasn't because I was shooting HE before, but for whatever reason, the game lost all my preferences, so pretty much every ship, that I first take out again, I kind of have to reset everything. So like my destroyers are all set to widespread, everything's set to HE, and I kind of got to pay attention to that a little bit, and I don't know why, for whatever reason, it was like that. I was having difficulty logging in, but enough of my problems. Let's just hope to God with the Sigma increase is will pay off as I get a nice Citadel on the Atlanta. Now, what they did change on the Hood was, I believe the Sigma went from 1.8 to 1.9, and as you can see, that 0.1 really is helping out with the dispersion. I usually say the overall issue with ships that are 4x2 setup is just that, it's the 4x2. And I'm holding my shot to see which way the Atlanta was going to turn, because, I want to make my shots count. The old Hood, you would never have awesome dispersion like that, and you would definitely be waiting to make sure as I accidentally run into the Buki. Now, even prior to the change on the Hood, pretty much the accuracy increase, I thought the ship was a good ship. I had a bias towards it, while I may have been frustrated with accuracy at times. You can see that's not a horrific, shot. Even though only 1 shells came in, most of the shells were, a lot tighter. Normally the shells would be a little bit more wonkier with the old one. But what the old Hood really taught me was 2 things. How to survive and how to kite. Because that was really the only way you could do relatively good in it. Which is why you usually see me push up, get engaged, turn to run. I'm trying to position myself to deal with the threats over here. Now, at the time, I was playing a little bit more cautiously. I think this was the first game I did play in the Hood. And, you're not going to see some crazy numbers. You're going to pretty much see what I did use the Hood originally for was to teach me how to stay alive and survive and to kite in battleships. Thought the Hood was an excellent teacher for that. But with there really being 3, possibly 4 ships, we do need to be a little bit more aggressive just to take the pressure off of the other side. We have the numbers over here, while 2 of their ships are probably DDs and we can't see them. It doesn't mean we can't push in and try to get a better, a better positioning than what we are, instead of just running away. Is I get a nice salvo on the Eisenhower. there's the Cleveland opening up on me, and I probably said Ganais, and I just call it the Ganais an hour. Force a habit. Once a name gets stuck in my head, it's there forever. Now, I was going to shoot at him instead of the Cleveland because, you know, these are 15-inch guns. Some of the issue with the mid-tier here is when you do go up against tier 8s, is, like I said, old habits just kind of die hard. You know, I kind of angled to get in that kiting position, but kind of realizing we need to push in. But some of the issue I do believe with tier 7s getting up to tier 8 is tier 8 is a mixture of 16-inch shells and 15-inch shells. Most tier 7s, especially battleships, well, mainly battleships, and some cruisers, you know what, you will do fine against 15-inch shells. Angle properly, they're balanced, they just don't have the pen mechanics, but the issue turns into those nasty 16-inch shells that do come in at you. I don't know if the Amagi gets 16, I don't know, but it would mainly be the US. Primarily the US, because the French are probably going to be shooting AG because those are 15. The Germans are 15. But enough of what the tier 8s have. This is one of the things I do love about this ship is it is an AA troll even for this, and I know AA is a little bit overpowered, but what I'm trying to do is get to the DD to provide AA support. Old habits die hard. Hopefully I will have a game for you guys recorded to where you can just see A. Deering absolutely just shred the living daylights out of my AA. But like I said, old habits kind of die hard. You group up with people for AA. I'm trying to do my best to be the target instead of the DD, so I don't have to listen to him cry and chat about how powerful the CVs have become. But I mean, as you can see, I managed to shoot down a plane. I'm doing damage to these planes. I'm sure the Akazuki's been doing damage, but I mean, that is a nice thing about the Hood is it does have access to defensive fire, so you can do more damage. Now, in the good old days, you could panic stuff, and that's pretty much what you did, was just panic stuff, and then once they got within the 2 kilometers, if you popped it early, you just started shredding planes. But with all the maneuvering, because I didn't want to give the carrier exactly the best, I really didn't want to give him broadside, even though it was rockets, still minimize the damage. Kind of took me out of the fight for the DD, but luckily the DD was able to handle it. Now, it looks like the Lexington might be in this area, just from the way he's sending planes towards us. And, you know, kind of like what you saw, the Cleveland and the guys were kind of, you know what, they were kind of conceding A. There's the Mahan, and you know, those are torpedo planes, and really it doesn't matter what tier you are. Torpedoes hurt, especially if they get a flood on me. Like, I'm gonna have to use my DCP, which is the last thing I want to do with 2 DDs.
Torpedoes to port.
Stay close to the Helena so we can both, you know, maximize our AA bubble. He was so far away, there really was no need for the defensive fire. Like I said, a lot of my old habits from the Hood are coming through. But considering we really haven't fully capped A, we're down to 1 DD. They have 2. I believe the 2 are in the area. One was the Kiev, the other was the Mahan. At the time, I didn't realize the Mahan kind of came over here because I was focused on clicking on planes you can't click on anymore, and trying to position myself to minimize these torpedo planes. I missed briefly that the Mahan was in the area.
Our victory is in sight.
Now, I really haven't done too much so far except for, well, stay alive. And like I said, this is what the Hood taught me, was kind of how to maximize utilizing my health. Well, there wasn't much heavy action on this side. Luckily, I didn't have to deal with the tier 9. I'm trying to get a look at this guy just to get some shots in on him. Luckily, I got a couple. I noticed the Kiev there, but I'm like, maybe if I can get one more cheeky shot in on the guy. I was thinking it was the Kiev that was looking at me. I do believe it was the guys. I'm going to take a shot in on the Kiev because, well, he's burning. We got to get rid of him. I didn't want to kind of continue to go down that channel because, well, the guys has 6-kilometer torps, and I feel like dealing with 6-kilometer torps. The Cav was there. I believe the Cav has 8, and if they're not, I'm going to treat it as they're 8 kilometers. And sometimes it's better to caution on the side of error. But I did start looking at the mini-map, and I saw that those guys were going away, so I felt a little safer cutting back in to go after this. And I'm trying to figure out what the hell is spotting me. Nothing can see me. And then that's luckily when the Mahan started opening up. And this decision to cut back in probably saved my life, and it was 100% all skill. It would have had nothing to do with luck or just, I'll just go this way because I wanted to. It has nothing to do with that. It was just 100% all skill, absolutely no luck. But of course, we're going to shoot at the DD, as I believe the Helen gets one heck of a salvo, and I finish him off for the last 2,000. Now, kind of using my heals a little bit early. I don't even think I have the heal flags on this. I usually don't run too many flags on my premiums unless there's something I'm trying to do, i.e. the Missouri is set up for money. Admiral Hipper is set up for Captain XP, and Torpedo is set up for free XP. But besides that, I really don't run too many flags on my premiums as we take a shot in on the Iowa, hopefully to finish him off. Get a nice 4,000 damage to him. Notice that the pretty much the Iowa is going to be dead. There he is. There's really not too much left, and most of it is on their cap. And I'm like, you know what? It's stupid to go in there and take all the damage with no help. Like, if I went in there now, I'm dead. But if I angle up here, cut my speed to 1/4 or slower, I can minimize what's going to go on. I noticed the Cav, and I'm like, well, he needs to die first. Low health targets, especially something that is a one-shot for anybody, you need to shoot at. I hear my AA go off. I looked on the minimap and noticed that it was the rocket planes, which kind of distracted me a little bit. But unfortunately, something did get one of our DDs. As I start taking some damage, but mostly for this gameplay was just me angling, kiting, not getting in way over my head. I mean, like I said, this is what I used the Hood for a lot prior to it, was just, pick my engagements, play a little bit smartly. While there may have only been 2 tier 9s, I still treated it as everything was higher tier. And better off than me is, I'm finally going through all of my heals. And as you can see, you know, just by conserving my health, there's really no way they're going to be able to kill me or burn me down relatively quickly, as you know everything's shooting HE at me. All I really need to do is just go to Arc and survive. That's it. That's all anybody on this team has to do, and we're gonna win it. And now it's time for the post-battle results.
Problem solved, sir.
Now I kind of hope you guys did enjoy this replay, even though it was kind of more of just an average game. This is about what I was averaging in the hood. I was always bottom tiered. I was doing a little bit, and even when I was cracking those high numbers, when I really wasn't engaging very heavily. I was picking and choosing my engagements, and I thought I would showcase the first game that I did play in it. Just, to show you some of, my old habits and explaining why I did like the hood originally and why I think the hood is good or even better now, because you can still do all those old tricks and succeed and do even better. I was just playing a little bit more aggressive in those other games, and there weren't carriers, and I thought I'd showcase one with a carrier. We do appreciate all the support you guys do give us. We do love the replays you send us. The email for that is in the description down below. Please remember to compliment good teamwork, good team play. We are quick to report, slow to compliment. On that note, guys, please hit the like and subscribe button. Please check out the Twitch streamers that are in the description down below, because I forgot to give them a shout out earlier, which would be Oni, Static, Zath, and C-Raptor. And let's get back to the end. Please hit the like and subscribe button, and have yourselves one heck of a great day.